In 2005, Dean Mearns challenged the graduating class to give back to the law school by financially supporting scholarships for succeeding generations of law students. The class of 2006 embraced the challenge to invest in the future of CM law, as has every graduating class since then. This year's graduation challenge took the challenge to new heights. Under Lindsay and Elena's leadership, students organized bake sales and other events to raise money, and they organized Art Party 2010, a class action. This was a terrific evening that included a silent auction showcasing the artistic talents of students, faculty, and the Cleveland community, as well as a variety show that showcased the musical, theatrical, and humorous talents of our students as they roasted and toasted the things they love about Cleveland martial law. Through these creative events, the class of 2010 raised over $10,000. Our next speaker is Alana Jokum. As I mentioned, she was the editor-in-chief of our law review this year. That position exemplifies just one of the reasons we asked her to speak today. Again, let me explain. This year, we identified words that captured the essence of who we are as a law school. Those words are learn law, live justice. Our students learn law here, but they also learn what it means to live justice, to be committed to making their clients' lives better and our communities better. Alana exemplifies those words. In addition to being the editor-in-chief, she was on a winning the court team and secretary of CM Allies, the law school's Gay Straight Student Alliance. Apart from these individual accomplishments, Alana represents Learn Law, Live Justice through her deep passion for what she does and her passionate belief in the power of working with others. Ladies and gentlemen, Alana Jokum.
Thank you, Dean Cracker. Students, parents, my own family, friends, thank you for sharing this momentous day with us. I want to dedicate these remarks to someone our legal community has recently lost, Judge Ann Aldrich of the Northern District of Ohio. If there is anyone who lived a life of justice, it is her, and her spirit is the inspiration for these words. Learn law, live justice. It is the motto we have embraced as a community, along with a new logo, a new shade of green, and a new intern dean. It is eminently fitting to describe us, a diverse community of students destined to become our leaders, advocates, idea makers, and scholars. Learn law. Though it hardly seemed so at the time, that part is actually easy. We have spent the last 3 years listening to our professors pontificate and push our boundaries of thought. Yet when you think about it, law school teaches us very little black-letter law. Sure, we know the statute of frauds and res ipsa loquitur, but more than that, we know how to find the answers to the many questions, legal and not, that we will be faced with in the future. We have the confidence to know that whatever we are presented with is manageable, that every problem can be ameliorated, if not outright solved. As a recent CLE speaker told our class, our minds have been tampered with, our wiring has been changed. We literally think differently. Live justice. This one is harder. It asks us to live from a place of truth, each day, in every decision that we make. A just act is when one is true to oneself. Justice is when one shares that with others. A single act can be global. Many of us do not have jobs waiting for us after we cross this stage. I am among those people. 3 years ago, we started this journey with a very clear picture in mind of what we wanted from this profession and why we came here. Now, that has changed. Yet, there is a still small voice inside of us, pushing us towards a greater purpose in life, towards what we passionately desire. Joseph Campbell was a world-renowned scholar of the myths. In his words, this small voice is pushing us to follow our bliss. We know this is difficult. In the mayhem of studying for finals, working part-time, taking care of our loved ones, it is often easy to stop listening to that voice, to suppress it. It is easier to move forward, going through the next class, the next meeting, the next required motion. But if we take a moment to pause, breathe, and listen, we may find that the struggle we've been encountering is unnecessary. The vision has been inside us all along, just waiting to be recognized. For many of us, that voice is what brought us to law school in the first place. We just need to go back and listen to it again. What is your passion? Why are you here? In law, we are taught to seek the facts so that we may know how to apply the law to them. Let me share a secret with you. There are laws to life. The UCC isn't everything. Life law number 1, our thinking creates our world. Put forth goodness and honesty, and it will return 100-fold to you. Embrace disbelief in yourself, loss of faith in things around you, and your world will reflect that. You will create your own unhappiness. Therefore, it is imperative that we always know the facts of our own life upon which that law will be applied. What is your passion? Why are you here? Such simple questions, yet they are so seemingly difficult for us to answer. If we pause and enter into the sometimes scary silence, we may just hear what it is that we really want out of life. It may be that you have always wanted to open your own practice, but you didn't feel confident enough to do so. It may be that you really wanted to run for political office and serve our community, but were afraid to put your hat into the ring. And it may be that, well, you've actually always wanted to be an artist. That's okay. Now you can negotiate your own contracts. Asking the voice doesn't undo what you've done these past 3 years. It simply puts that energy to its proper use. We think differently now. Because of what we have done here at Cleveland Marshall, any future we desire is possible, whether that be speaking in front of the Supreme Court of Ohio or painting something great. As one professor I hold dear to my heart said, being a lawyer gives you a backstage pass to life. We will never be less for having made the sacrifices we have these past 3 years. Sacrifices are, in fact, par for the course. Life law number 2. Good things come to those who wait. Better things come to those who work for them. Like learning law, this part is easy. More than any lesson we take from law school, we know how to work hard to achieve something. So what tools can help us on this journey we're about to embark on? Listen, I'm a 26-year-old to-be grad from law school whose longest job prior to this has been held for exactly 12 months. I can't give advice. That's what Representative Fudge here is for. The only thing I can share are a few things that have worked for me so far. Don't be afraid to be vulnerable. So often, arguments are started because we felt threatened, that we had to defend our turf when, in fact, the only thing bruised was our ego. True learning happens in vulnerable moments. We shouldn't fear them. Life is too short not to be funny. We are intelligent individuals. We prefer irony to slapstick, right? Well, irony is all around us and we should laugh at it. It's just like exams. The ones we walked out of confidently are the exams we didn't do well on. The ones we cried through, we got A's. And yet here we are, all about to be lawyers, individual grades far behind us. Take each moment in stride, and if there's a twist, laugh at it. Love one another. I get it, this phrase is trite. But if love is the foundation of everything we try to build, then all our ventures will be solid. We can't control so many things in life, but we can always control compassion. Learn law, live justice. It's when we couple hard work with what we passionately want to do in life. That is when we live a life of justice. When we follow our bliss, we are just to ourselves. When we serve the world by doing what we were meant to do compassionately and by giving our best each day, we are just on a global scale. In the end, living a life of justice is not reserved for a select few. It is accessible to all of us, no matter what our chosen profession, as long as we live from a place of truth each day in every decision that we make. Thank you.
Thank you, Elena, for your dedication and your spirit.